Hi, my name is Chris Wilkinson, and I'm the Director of Product Design at DevBridge Group.
So Chris, as part of product design, I know we've started doing a lot of work around research. What does research mean for us at DevBridge? What is research?
Sure, so research can be a lot of things, and I think it means different things to different people, but for good reason. So research can help you understand a complex subject that you don't. You might research how to build something you didn't know how to build before, or research a recipe, or research an interesting color to paint your living room based on your furniture. In software, you research things like how the product fits in the market. You research how people use that product and how they interact with it. You research how people interact with something that's already made. And these different levels of research help you build confidence in your product actually doing what you hope it to do.
Yeah, so you actually mentioned this and really good lead in. There are 4 different types of research that we do, right, throughout any given product. And the kind of what we do depends really on the life cycle of the product design or making the product life cycle, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit what is applicable at which point?
Sure, so think about a funnel. And at the top of that funnel, you have big greenfield projects, and you really need to explore what's there. If you get to a big open space, you want to see what there is to see. Exploratory research helps us understand what's possible. And you might just have a hypothesis and say, I wonder if we were to, let's say, build a phone application to help customers better manage their finances, they would stay more engaged with the brand. They might even buy new services. They might become longer-term customers. That's a hypothesis. So rather than saying, go build a phone application and then hope you get more customers, instead, have conversations with those customers, understand what's in the market, and then determine if that hypothesis might hold some water. So you're going to start there. And there are different types of research you can do to clarify the product itself. So rather than saying, well, we researched and we talked to people and they seem to like it, so we're good, you go back and you check at every phase.
Yeah, makes sense. Now, in terms of research that we've done or projects that have leveraged research, can you give us like a couple of examples of just a client, a project type, and maybe a little bit of what we did there? And again, it can be high level, but just to understand what result did we get out of actually going through that discipline?
Sure, so let's talk about 2 specific ways we've used research, both at the very beginning of an engagement and at the end. And they were actually ready to ship a portal out to their customers. They had designed it. It was ready to be baked in. They knew what their features were. The UI was designed, but they hadn't really gotten a lot of feedback, and they hadn't really taken a step back and looked at it themselves. So what we did is we said, okay, we see that you've released this, and there's no need to hold back, but let's also make some recommendations based on what we're seeing in the market, based on our expertise, on how you might improve this platform. So they were hiding information behind an accordion. Customers couldn't find it. And they took our feedback that yes, you should go and change it. And it wasn't just us saying, we know this is right. We backed that up with data, we backed that up with conversation, and they were actually then able to share with their stakeholders that, hey, you know what? The data says. When you can look to the data, when you can look to the market, when you can look to what people are saying, you remove that interpersonal opinion or that gut feel, and you actually make it an objective choice for the business and for the product.
So it becomes much easier to actually argue a specific direction or design decision, right?
Much in the same way that a lawyer litigates a case, a good product team litigates for the user. They represent the user's best interests, but they also represent the business's need. And you can try to serve one over the other, but you really get the most value out of figuring out where those 2 things intersect. And research is how we discover that path.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you for the recap, Chris. And I think that will wrap it up for today. That was really good content. Thank you.
Cool, yep, thanks.